Are you doing the theme song?
We're keeping that in. Yeah, I'm doing a theme song. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Sports and Stuff. Co-host Ryan here. Vince with you. Will is still MIA, but he'll be back soon enough. He's too good for us, apparently. We're going to look at Week 3, NFL. Let's get into that video thing. Before we dive into these matchups, we really want to grow this channel, guys. Do us a favor and like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Share with your friends, your family, whoever you know, whoever you don't know, on your social media platforms. And as a teaser, we will be providing picks on our social media. I will be providing my picks personally on Instagram. Ryan will be providing his picks on Twitter. I think Will's even going to get on the action, provide some of his picks. But please do us a huge solid and support what we're doing here. We really like talking NFL, sports betting. This is kind of a niche market. We're really trying to spread our knowledge. A lot of people are starting to get on the whole sports betting trend as sports betting has become legal in more and more states. All right. That being said, first game. We're recording this on a Wednesday. Thursday Night Football. The G-Men, the New York Football Giants at the San Francisco 49ers. Amazon Prime. For those who don't watch Thursday Night Football avidly, Amazon Prime's the sole proprietor of Thursday Night Football. All right, Ryan, give us some thoughts, man. What are we looking at here?
I just think that it's crazy that they only put Thursday Night Football on Prime.
Bezos, man, he's trying to buy everything. Even though I don't even think Bezos is the CEO anymore. He's still trying to buy everything nowadays. So make sure you get Amazon Prime Video if you're not anything else for Thursday Night Football.
I mean, Giants at 49ers. I'm already assuming that 90% of the public is going to be on the 49ers here. I mean, I just don't see it. Like, the Giants have been horrible. I know they did have that one win, but I'm trying to see here. I think Jones went for over 300 yards passing in that game. Barkley 60 yards. But I mean, I just
he's
don't
week
think
to week with his ankle injury, man. I don't even know if he's playing this week.
Yeah,
I doubt it. It's a short week.
Yeah, I don't think the Giants really have a chance here. I mean, I don't actually. Do you know what the spread is currently in this game?
-10. San Francisco is favored by 10 points.
Yeah, it's hard to lay the double digits, but a part of me's probably going to. I'm kind of leaning towards it. I mean,
tip for all bettors out there.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, tip for all bettors. We try to avoid spreads that are double digits. Those are kind of hard for even the favorites to cover typically. But go ahead, Ryan.
I know it's probably going to end up being a trap, but I'm probably going to take a chance here on the Niners, just the way they've been playing. Another thing too that I think is interesting that I may take as a straight bet is whatever they end up setting Christian McCaffrey's rushing yards against this Giants defense. I mean, I just don't think they have a chance here against Christian McCaffrey the way he's been putting up yards already.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you have like a game side that you're going for already, or are you looking at any kind of player props?
I'm leaning Niners more straight up than I would. I'm willing to take less money.
It'd be a good parlay. You could add it to a parlay.
Exactly. Typically with the money line, if you don't feel comfortable with the spread, add it to a parlay. Give yourself a better payout. But looking at Purdy, he's 9-1 straight up career, and he's 7-3 against the spread. Daniel Jones is 23-33-1 straight up, and he's 32-25 against the spread. This is according to Action Network. So, quarterback's relatively young. Purdy's starting to prove himself. He's not some pretender. He's actually playing a lot better than a lot of people thought to start out, including myself. I'll own up to thinking that he was not going to do well against the Steelers, and then he put up 30 on them. So, sorry, Ryan.
Happens.
But looking at Kyle Shanahan as a coach, week 3, he's 2-4 straight up and against the spread. So week 3 and week 4, Kyle Shanahan typically doesn't have as great of a track record. And 49ers, however, Christian McCaffrey, as you point out. In games Christian McCaffrey has started since last season, the 49ers are 14-1 straight up and 11-4 against the spread. So McCaffrey, he's been playing really well. He was number 1 overall pick for most people in NFL fantasy football drafts. I think the 49ers don't cover. I think they'll win by like 9. So if the lines were to go down, I doubt it's going to go down in a day, but maybe. -9 would be a push. So I still would hesitate to take the spread. I would lean 49ers though. So any other thoughts, or do you want to move on to the next game?
I guess final thoughts are normally in week 3, underdogs do find a lot of success on the spread, but if I'm being honest here with me, I just don't see where the Giants are going to get the points from. I mean, you said Barkley's questionable here. He was the one.
Yeah, he's week
I
to week
really
with
didn't
his
do a lot of
ankle.
research on injuries yet, so like I guess just looking at Barkley being out, I was like, oh crap, he was the one that I was thinking that was going to do the most kind of damage or whatever they were going to do.
It's not a favorable
But
matchup
I
for the
just feel like
Giants.
he's going to throw 2 picks. Daniel Jones, I feel
They're
like
at
he's
the
going to throw 2
Niners.
picks.
Exactly. They're at the Niners. It's a short week. You don't have your star running back isn't fully healthy. Daniel Jones, he played well last week, but he played against the worst team, and he had to come back and win by 3 when he was down at 1.28-7. Yeah, just not. The Giants are going to have a hard time with this game.
Again, I think McCaffrey rush yards, whatever they set it at, is a fair bet.
I'm pulling for an entertaining game, maybe a backdoor cover or something for the Giants. Maybe they're down 13 and they kick a last-second field goal like the Rams did to backdoor cover on the 49ers the previous week.
I was going to say, like that's happened before.
No. All right.
All right,
Moving on to the next game here.
Moving on to Sunday.
Yeah, moving on to Sunday. So this game is an interesting one. Chargers at Vikings. This is kind of a pick'em game. Vikings are -1. Both teams are 0-2. Both teams have quarterbacks that Kirk Cousins and Justin Herbert have a lot of passing yards, great receivers, but their defenses haven't been playing that great. And the fact that the over-under on this game is 54.5 kind of says a lot, where people are like, we don't really know what's going to happen in this game. This is kind of a toss-up here. Yeah, this is interesting. This is a cool stat. So Herbert as an underdog, he's 12-6 against the spread. And as a favorite, he's 15-18-1 against the spread. So technically, Chargers here, because they're at the Vikings, the Vikings are -1, so technically they're an underdog, but it's kind of like it's almost like an even spread. It's kind of like a pick'em game. I personally would stay away from betting on this game if I were people looking to make money, because this is really an unknown.
I wasn't even going to look at this game. I flipped through all my papers here, and I actually don't have anything on the Vikings.
Well, and Ryan, you and I are thinking the exact same, and I think a lot of professional bettors.
There's a chance somebody probably has an edge on this, but I just don't watch enough of these two teams to really have an edge. Is the problem?
Yeah, I mean it's just weird
because like week 3. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and
this is the first year I've tried to watch every single game. Like with the split TV, you can only watch so many, but like unless you have more TVs. But
yeah, I only have Red Zone. You have the Sunday ticket, which is nice. But Kirk Cousins against the spread or straight up in his career is like 500. So again, and same with Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
So both of
I
them
would
are.
probably lean towards the Chargers there. That's who they're playing, right?
I'm just not gonna even attempt to bet at this game because I just have no idea. Because who knows
I mean,
what's
I'm
gonna
not gonna.
happen.
Yeah, I'm not betting on this game, but I'm just saying if we're just gonna throw a pick out there, I'd probably say
The only thing
lean towards
I
the
would
Chargers.
probably have confidence in betting is the over 54.5. I think these offenses are gonna. I mean, it's gonna be like a 38-35 kind of game. I mean, look at
It's
what
fair. They
happened
can
with the
score.
Dolphins and the Chargers week 1. Was
Yeah,
it like
no, they
36
both
to
can score
34?
for sure.
Yeah, that's how I would lean. Okay, next game. This one is definitely more of a grinder. This one's more of a in the trenches kind of. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Cleveland Browns.
The Titans.
There it is. Titans are +3. Cleveland's get a -3 here. Over unders 39.5. Titans are 2-0 against the spread this year. That's their first 2-0 against the spread since 2013. So 10 years since they've been 2-0 against the spread.
Did you say it was -3 was the spread, or the spread
Yep.
was 3?
Yeah, -3.
Who was the favorite? The Browns.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have known that. I mean, just looking at it, I think I know you were bringing up some trends earlier. I think some of the trends I had found were the Browns are 9-5 against the spread as a favorite after an upset loss. So I mean, that's something that kind of pointed me towards the Browns. And I mean, it's an interesting trend for sure, but the problem is I guess they're missing Nick Chubb. So like I mean, I feel like they're going to struggle
They
on
just signed
offense.
Kareem Hunt, though.
I didn't see that, but
Yeah, they just
at
signed
the
Kareem
same
Hunt.
time, I mean, I still think the Browns are going to have an off game here, missing Nick Chubb. I mean, the Titans, I really think have a chance here to cover. I don't
Hard to
know
bet
if they're
against
going to
Mike
win out.
Vrabel.
I don't know if they're going to win outright, but I do like looking at the covers. Like again, like I think underdogs have pretty good success in week 3
He's 27,
on the
17,
spread.
and 1 against the spread as an underdog.
Sorry.
This is my favorite trend, though. Stefanski is 5-1 against the spread in games after playing the Steelers or the Ravens on the road as the coach of the Browns.
Huh.
So I don't know what it is. He probably learns a lot about getting beaten up by his AFC North rivals, either the Ravens or the Steelers, and he gets him in the right mindset. So something to think about. He's almost undefeated, coming off of a game against the Steelers or the Ravens and playing on the road. Yeah, because they're hosting the Browns, or they're hosting the Titans, excuse me. So this one's kind of a pick'em game for me as well. Very similar teams. Run the ball, play action pass, good defensive lines. Yeah, it's gonna be the over under is 39.5. So gives you an idea. All right. Any
I
other
like
thoughts,
that.
or we're gonna move on to the next game?
Oh, we can go to the next one.
All right. We got the Texans at the Jaguars.
Oh,
Ugh. I mean, I will say, CJ Stroud versus Trevor Lawrence is like the headline for this. CJ Stroud has been the best rookie quarterback out of all the rookie quarterbacks playing. Anthony Richardson probably next, and then Bryce Young, who's been terrible with the Panthers, but the Panthers are just a hot mess. Jaguars are -9.5, and the over/under is 43.5 in this game. So Ryan, what are we thinking here? All right, moving on.
well,
No, I'm just kidding.
well, I guess the Jaguars to me, I'd probably roll with the Jaguars on the spread.
-9.5. Okay.
I mean, I again like I hate to take the double digit favorite, but like the Texans are 0-2. I mean, I just can't see it. I mean, they put up 9 points in the first game. They put up 20 points in the second game. they're definitely struggling to score despite having pretty good like receiving yards. Like I mean, like it's
Stroud is fourth in
weird, but
passing yards this year.
at the same time, they're still getting killed by other teams. Like I mean, that's the thing. I don't think they have good defense, and I mean, I don't know. For me, it's hard. It's hard to go anything with the Texans. I mean, I don't know. There's a good chance I'll be laying a big number with the Jags.
Yeah. AFC South. Not interested in this game. All right. I really have nothing else to say, so I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, we can move on.
As you can tell from the previous videos, everybody who's watching, listening, I'm just not a big fan of the South divisions. But we'll get to the NFC South because it's kind of been a shock that there's 3 undefeated teams in the NFC South. So we get next another low-scoring affair in the books. This one I'm pretty confident in who I'm going to go with here, but the Patriots at the Jets. New England is -3. New England, with Bill Belichick as their coach, I'm kind of fading the Jets here because Bill Belichick has had Zach Wilson's number since Zach Wilson's played with the Jets. Bill Belichick always destroys rookie quarterbacks or second-year or third-year quarterbacks. Zach Wilson, in my mind, is always going to be rookie because he's terrible, and he looks like he's 12. Even though he played well against the Bills, I guess, but overall, New England's -3. I'm definitely leaning on taking New England with the spread. What do you think, Ryan?
Oh, jeez.
Did I sway you one way or the other?
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance New England plays pretty well here.
Wow, that was really deep analysis.
I'll be honest, I didn't look into this game too much because I feel like both of these teams are not that great. So, like, to me, I didn't want to look at the matchup because I felt like it was, like, kind of going, like, it could go either way for me. Like, I mean, hearing you lay that out, I'd feel a little more confident in taking the Pats, but I don't know. I was like, I took their cover last week, and it kind of stings still.
Yeah, but that's the Dolphins. This is the Jets. This is the Aaron Rodgers-less Jets. And I'm not picking the Patriots. Well, I'm most likely not going to pick the Patriots for their offense. I'm looking at their defense against the Jets' terrible offense. So
I think Zach Wilson confidently, I could say, throws 3 picks in this game, and then they may consider putting the backup in.
I don't even know who their backup is. Do you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I say they give Joe Flacco a call.
He said he was willing to.
I know he's willing to work.
Tom Brady wanted to put to bed. Everyone keeps asking him about being a Jets quarterback coming out of retirement again. He's like, no, absolutely not. So, all right, Action Network here is backing me up again. Wilson has thrown 7 interceptions versus the Patriots. That's 30% of his career interceptions all time versus. So
I said they're going to throw 3.
I know, but my point. Sure. So we're both on that. He's throwing 3 picks.
No,
Belichick's going to make him look
Zach
silly.
Wilson fan.
Well, and plus, Bill Belichick, man. I mean, the guy's a defensive guru. All right. All right. Next game. This might be a little controversial from what I'm about to say. Saints at Packers. Green Bay -2. A lot of professional bettors feeling Green Bay with the points. Or, sorry. Yeah, Green Bay plus the points. That's right. When I watched the Panthers and the Saints play Monday Night Football, their defense, Saints defense, is legit. Jordan Love played great in his first 2 games, but he played great against soft defenses. This is going to be a test against the Saints defense, and I do not trust an inexperienced Jordan Love playing a team that's going to pressure him nonstop, make him feel uncomfortable, get off his spot, not be able to set and make throws and stand in the pocket the way that he's been nickeling and diming his first 2 games. And the Saints, they're 30-12 straight up, 27-14-1 against the spread on the road since 2018, the second most profitable team against the spread on the road in that span. -2. Give me the Saints. That's where I'm feeling the Saints on this one. Going to be a low scoring game, 42.5. Saints offense doesn't look that great. Derek Carr's still working out the kinks. So I'd probably go under here, probably like at 39. All right, Ryan. Am I wrong?
Well, I was on the Saints last time. I know they only pushed the last bet, but I mean, still, like I'm definitely pretty big on the Saints right now. I mean, I agree. Like I would probably take the Saints on the plus money. I'd probably a part of me would probably take the spread, but a part of me kind of wants to lay the money line. Like, I mean, I do think they have a good game. I think they're gonna definitely show up defensively. I mean, I feel like you got all the good points.
Jordan Love, only 12 dropbacks under pressure. Second fewest of any quarterback, minimum of 50 dropbacks, fewest being Jimmy Garoppolo. So he's going to get tested. This defensive line for the Saints is no joke. These guys are legit. And I just don't see him having poise. It's easy to have poise when you're playing teams that aren't getting in the backfield there. All right. Strong opinions, but a lot of bettors are going against the Saints. They're taking the Packers. I'm leaning Saints, and so is Ryan. Next
and you
game.
want to bet against the public.
Well,
no, I'm saying it's good to. No, it's good.
But,
it's good to bet against the public.
Yeah, but I was saying that the professional bettors aren't the public. I don't know what the public is on this game, but you're right. In general, betting against the public is probably the better.
Oh, I thought you were saying the public was all over.
No, the professional bettors. A lot of professional bettors have Green Bay -2. I'm just.
It seems like I feel like as a rookie sports bettor, I can't say this, but that seems like a rookie move.
Yeah. We're talking to you, Action Network.
I mean, I'm the one that just laid fucking double digits favorites.
Yeah, you were like, I don't suggest doing double digit favorites, and you picked like you're leaning towards like 2 double digit favorites already off the bat. I'm like, this is perfect. All right, this is a game I think we disagree on. Broncos at Dolphins, Miami -6.5. I'm going with what a lot of professional bettors, not the public, they think that the Dolphins win by like 3 or 4, and that the Broncos are going to cover. Tell me, because I agree with them. Ryan, tell me why we're wrong.
Okay, so if I'm being honest, Tua has been on fire. I really think he comes out. It seems like the Dolphins definitely like to score here. Putting up 36 points in the first game, 24 in the second. Not sure if I flopped those wrong, but I mean, just looking over at the Broncos for me, I mean, they look like they've been a decent team, at least in week 2, but I mean, just running different numbers, really. I mean, I honestly, like, I thought they were going to put this line much higher for the Dolphins. Like, I'm surprised it's this low to me. So, like, just because, I mean, for me, just because of that, I'm probably going to go with the Dolphins -6.5. I mean, I think they've been on fire. I mean, at home, I think they got this locked up, but again, I could be wrong.
Covering all your bet.
But yeah, I do lean towards the Dolphins, man. I mean, I bet against them last week and lost, so I'm kind of mad about that. Kind of getting on the train now.
On a 2-game or more straight up losing streak, Wilson is 14-5 straight up, 14-4-1 against the spread in his career after that losing streak. In the last 20 years, only Drew Brees is better against the spread. His head coach, Sean Payton. So, I mean, that seems promising. But no, I hear you. The Broncos are trending in the wrong direction, and the Dolphins are trending in the right direction. So would it surprise me if Miami blows them out? No. But I think I think that Miami wins, and I think the Broncos lose by like 5, and they cover. Or 4, because losing by 5 is kind of a weird score. That rarely happens.
I definitely agree that the Dolphins probably win this game. So again,
Yeah.
just looking at this week, I mean, some of these games wouldn't be bad to take 1 or 2 of them and put them on a 2 or 3 leg parlay. Because I mean, I feel like you're getting some value there because some of these money lines seem kind of one-sided to me because I know anything can happen. They always play every game, so like it's a mystery what's going to happen, but sometimes it's not.
All right, next game. Same spread here. Bills at Commanders. Buffalo minus 6.5, 44.5 over under. Commanders at home. Josh Allen apparently has 57 wins in his career. 43 of those 57 have been by 7 points or more. So when he wins big, and he's really good at beating really bad teams. Commanders, I don't know enough with the rookie quarterback how bad or good they are necessarily, which is why I think the spread's only minus 6.5.
It's still only going on week 3.
Exactly. That's the other thing. So I don't know. I'm fading this game. I'm not really feeling a lot of confidence betting one way or the other here. Because the Commanders are too much of an unknown team to me with a rookie quarterback. And Ron Rivera hasn't been there that long. And now that they got rid of Dan Snyder, maybe things will get better. I don't know. And frankly, I don't really care because the Commanders I don't care at all about. So, and neither do I care about the Bills.
I know this is another game, like I said, I don't have any real, like I didn't really look into it all because like I just saw the matchup and I was like, oh, I don't like this. But I know Josh Allen has been questionable to me this whole season now. I know the past 2 games.
He has 63 interceptions since his rookie year, second most in the NFL behind Baker Mayfield.
I mean, 2 times this year already, I tried to do the Josh Allen anytime touchdown, and it has not hit 2 times, so I'm going to probably stop. I just don't see I don't see how like the Bills are going to pull it together to me. I mean, I feel like they have a chance to win this game, but if I was going to lean to a side, I probably would lean towards the Commanders on that line. But I mean, I don't know. I could see the Bills. I could see it being a close game and the Bills clenching it at the end. But at the same time, what's the line at? You said like 6?
Minus 6.5 for the Bills.
Yeah, I could see him winning by a field goal, but I don't know.
It was in Buffalo.
Like you said, if the Bills start taking off, he wins big. So like I don't know. I could be way off here, but I think the Commanders have definitely shown up a little bit this season. I think they're starting to play a little better, but I mean, I guess then like history passed, but I don't know. Yeah, I probably wouldn't bet this game, but
yeah,
I would probably say that the Commanders have a decent shot here.
All right. So I think we agree. Commanders cover, but they lose. All right, this game I'm favoring a lot. Okay, Falcons at Lions. Detroit minus 3. I think in some sports books there were alternate spreads of 3.5. So I didn't. If I were to do it, I'd take them at minus 3 here. Desmond Ridder, he's terrible on the road. He's at the Lions. The Lions just came off a heartbreaking loss to the Seahawks. Dan Campbell is not going to let them lose back-to-back games. The Lions have been favored as potential Super Bowl contenders. They're in the top 10. This is a must-win game for them. They're at home. I don't see how the Falcons with a mediocre defense is going to stop Jared Goff, who's been playing really well. And even though they have injuries, Montgomery and Ross St. Brown, Ross St. Brown, both being out, I still think the Lions are going to cover here. All right, Ryan.
I agree.
Moving on.
I would say the Lions definitely have a decent shot here at covering. I mean, I don't know if you. I honestly blanked a little bit. I don't know if you said it. I think the line was like 3.5.
No, they're -3 on according to Action Network, but some sports books have them at -3.5, so it's kind of fluctuated.
I'm kind of okay with both of those numbers. I mean, personally, I think the Lions are going to win this by a fourth quarter touchdown. I think it's going to be a close game, but at the end of it, I could definitely see the Lions pulling off the win. Another thing too, I know you were talking trends earlier. Another trend I saw that I kind of liked and wrote down was the Lions, I believe, are 13-0 when playing an opponent coming off of a win. I could
Dang.
be wrong if that was the. I really wrote it down in a rush here, so like I'm hoping I got it right. But either way, though,
Well,
I'm probably going to take the Lions on.
I'll
And
support you.
I'm sorry that 13-0 is against the spread. That's not
Yeah.
money line, so that is against the spread. So
Goff is 15-7 against the spread in September, best of any month that he's ever played. So
damn.
if there's anywhere to go, get up. We're lean Lions here, it seems like. So, all
All right,
right,
next game.
next game. Let's go Ravens.
I was wondering when you were going to do this one.
I am going to the game on Sunday.
Oh,
Indianapolis Colts at the Baltimore Ravens. I'm avoiding betting this game. If I were to bet this game at all, it would just be because of heart and picking Baltimore. My fun parlay potentially would be just picking with my heart for the Ravens to win and for the Bengals to lose, having the Rams and the Ravens win on the money line to get you some payouts. But we'll get to that game. Colts at Ravens though. Baltimore -7.5. Now in some sports books, I saw it at -8, even at one point -8.5. We don't know Anthony Richardson's status. He had a concussion, was out the game against the Texans. After that second touchdown he scored on a run where the guy tackled him and his head in the end zone slams to the ground. So that's kind of a bummer. You score and then you get knocked out of the game. Yeah. Lamar Jackson straight up is 48-19 as a starter, which is pretty darn impressive. He's 35-32 against the spread, and he's typically worse against the spread than he is straight up when he's a favorite. He's typically better when he's an underdog. Case in point, last week, Bengals were -3.5 or -3, and the Ravens ended up winning outright. Yeah. Ryan, what do you think here?
for me, I mean, it definitely depends. Like, I know the quarterback's going to be out, but to me, it's like the Ravens. I feel like this is going to be a close game. I know the
That's what like
Ravens
every
are.
Ravens game is.
That's what I'm saying. The Ravens are a really good team, but I really don't. I could be way off on this, but I don't think they win by more than like I don't think they win by more than a touchdown sometimes. I mean, when I looked at this, the line was 8. So like
Yeah.
I was leaning more towards Colts +8 just on the sole fact that I could really more see this game being like 20-24 Ravens win, but for me, I more see the Ravens being like a 4 or
Wait,
5
what did you
point
what did you
better.
say the score was?
I
Would
could
be?
kind of see it being I think I had it at 20-24 Ravens winning.
Oh, funny. I'm close. I have it 28-24 Ravens. So I have the
Huh.
Colts. I have the
So we still got
Colts.
it 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
We're
I
both
think the
buying
Colts
the
are going to
Ravens on
cover.
the alternate spread.
Yeah, I'm just not. Ravens typically when it's that big of a spread. I mean, yes, they cover against the Texans week 1 when they were -10 or -9 and a
Oh,
half. They
I
did.
forgot, dude. I forgot to say too. Sorry. This weekend, they're calling for constant rain all up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, but I looked at the forecast and it's supposed to be cloudy and partly sunny by game time. That's supposed to be in the morning with the rain.
Okay, disregard that last minute of video. All
I
right,
was concerned about that at
back.
first. No, it's okay. But hey, any better out there? We didn't talk about this. You look at injuries, you look at spreads, but you also look at weather. Ryan makes an excellent point. You always have to look at the weather forecast because that makes a huge difference. Some of these outcomes in the way, especially over unders, bad weather typically go the under, for example.
I wish
Any
we
rate,
could bet on the weather.
you literally can bet on anything like for any coin flip,
Where are they going to
length of
let me
Star
bet on the
Spangled
weather?
Banner, what color Gatorade. I mean, we're getting kind of crazy here. So yeah, weather's got to be next. I feel like. Um,
All
but
right,
yeah, so we're fading the Ravens at home against the spread. It's a big line. I like them winning straight up, but I don't like them against the spread against the Colts. All right, next game. Yeah. Panthers at Seahawks.
oh, geez.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh. Seattle -6. Um, I think they'll cover. I don't see the Panthers offense looking all that great. I think Geno Smith having a lot more experience over a rookie quarterback, Bryce Young. I think that's ultimately the difference here. I think they win by a touchdown. What do you think, Ryan?
I think I'm staying away from this game.
Yeah, that's probably a fair thing.
I'm tempted to take the under total points here. I know I'm not really expecting either team's offense or defense to play any good. I kind of feel like it's going to be just that kind of matchup where they're just trading off punts, and I just don't think a
Yeah.
lot of points are going to come.
Right. Well, that game was a snoozer. So we'll move on to a potential snoozer as well in terms of lopsidedness. You got the Cowboys at the Cardinals, one of the best teams in the NFL playing one of, if not the worst team in the NFL. Dallas is -12.5. They're favored by almost 2 touchdowns.
Again, all these double digit spreads. I mean, we talked about it earlier, and I was on a couple. Well, I'm leaning towards a couple of them. I haven't made any bets yet, but uh, dang, go ahead, Vince. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Joshua Dobbs, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's played surprisingly really well. He made the Jets defense, which is supposed to be like top 5, look really bad. They won. They put up 30 points on him. So I -12.5. I mean, that's a big number. I'm going to stay away from this game, but I could definitely see it being a blowout.
Did you run any numbers, like kind of create your own spread?
Um,
What did you do it before you looked at the lines though?
no, I didn't. I didn't for this game. No, did you?
I did, and before I looked at the lines, I had Dallas -14, and I looked at the lines and I was like, "Oh man, this could be interesting."
Oh wow. So I mean,
I think they
you
could
would
do
lean.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, I think they're gonna come out and crush the Cardinals in the first half, no question. I wouldn't hold on.
First half. First
I
half.
wouldn't be
Everybody out there.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals scored 3 points all half. But
For
yeah, I
those
mean,
who are just
I'm not
watching,
big on the
Ryan threw up
Cardinals.
a 3 on the screen there.
Totally forgot we have the other one. It's getting late here.
Yep.
All right, what are we thinking here? What are you thinking? You're staying away?
I'm just staying away from this game. How you faded the Seahawks Panthers? I'm fading this Cardinals Cowboys. I'm just
I feel like I'm in
even
for it. Taking all
yeah.
these double digit favorites. I probably won't end up betting all of these to the
Speaking of
betting
double
public.
digit spreads, Bears at Chiefs. Chiefs also -12.5. Really great team against a really terrible team.
Now that game, I can tell you right now, it's going to be very hard to do, but I would recommend taking the Bears on the spread for the sole fact that I don't believe the Chiefs are very good at hitting the spread. And again, too, a lot of these lines that go double digit, a problem with them is a lot of it's just overreaction to the previous week. So, like, because of that, the books inflated the lines. So, I mean, I don't want to tell everyone to go out there and just decrease the spread a little bit, but like, I feel like it's definitely going to be pretty good for the underdogs again this year. But it's, again, how do you pick them? But
I'm just gonna throw this out here. Justin Fields is 5-22 straight up, 8-18 against the spread. Chicago is 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 games. They only giving him 2 design runs. I don't understand why, because he can't throw, so that's poor coaching on their part.
Did you see him in the one game where he was just standing there in the pocket for a while, and he had this guy that was just completely wide open for a touchdown, and he's looking right at him, and and I actually saw the replay on Twitter, and the caption of it was he got sacked on this play. I was like, no.
No. Goodness
It's
gracious.
pretty funny, but I mean, I feel like there's a chance he could come out here, have a decent week, or I'm sorry, a decent game. I think he could come out here and he has a chance to cover. What's the current line on the Chiefs? Because I saw it at
It's
12 and
it's
a
12
half.
and a half. See, I would feel more comfortable taking the Chiefs 12 and a half against the Bears than I would the Cardinals against the Cowboys.
And
Because the
I
Chiefs are
was
at
going to
home.
say, to be honest, when I ran my own lines too, I mean, I had the Chiefs at embarrassingly minus 24 just because it is the Bears. But
And
again,
the Chiefs are
I'm
at
still,
home.
but I mean, what happened last time at home?
Okay, fair enough, but the Lions
But
are better than the Bears.
yeah, and the whole public was on the Chiefs that game,
And the
probably.
Chiefs have Kelsey now. Like, they didn't have Kelsey in that loss.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, that's true. I didn't watch too much of the Chiefs last game, but I think from what I remember, I think Kelsey got a touchdown or two.
All right.
I believe he did, but yeah, what's the
Next
next game?
game. 2 teams that are close to my heart. My brother's favorite team against my dad's favorite team. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, it's the
8:20.
Steelers Nation.
Sunday Night Football for some reason. These teams are not that great, and yet they're playing each other on Sunday Night Football. I guess
Oh,
it's
the
because the
Steel the
historical rivalry.
Steelers are that great. They belong on Sunday Night Football.
Ryan's a little biased there. Steelers are
Oh,
54-31-4 against the spread as an underdog under Tomlin, making $100 better, a little over $2,000. That's the most profitable coach as an underdog in the last 20 years. So
oh yeah,
that's
I'm
a pretty cool
totally
stat.
on all that. I'm on
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, go ahead, keep saying it, but yeah, Pittsburgh's my
Oh,
pick
you
for
want me to keep talking up the Steelers, huh? As a Ravens fan, you just want me to keep eating crow here. And
all day
he's
long.
77-59-1 as the coach of the Steelers on road unders. Best of any coach in the last 20 years. He's 52-25-1 since 2014. So he's a road underdog. The Raiders just got absolutely crushed by the Bills, 38-10. Steelers are coming off a high, beating the Browns Monday Night Football. So surprisingly, the Raiders are minus 2.5. I think that the TJ Watts of the world are going to give Jimmy Garoppolo a lot of fits, and he's going to throw multiple picks like he did against the Bills. So I think the Steelers win close here. I know, Ryan, you think they're going to blow them out by like 21 points, right?
No, I wouldn't say 21. I mean, 20 is big enough, but
There it is.
no, for the Steelers, I mean, I'm definitely going to be all over the plus 2.5, and I'm probably going to place a separate bet on the money line. I mean, I'm kind of liking them in this spot. I mean, I didn't do a line thing or anything. I didn't really look into what I think the line's going to be, but I mean, for me, I'm pretty much just going off what you said. The Steelers are the profitable team. I mean, on the spread and all. I mean, I think they can play competitively on defense for sure. You never know. The defense is probably going to get a touchdown in this thing.
Next game, Eagles at Bucks.
Before we get fully into the last game, I just
No,
wanted to bring
there's two
something
more
up.
games.
Well, isn't Eagles Bucks Monday?
Yeah, there's two. They're now doing 2 Monday night games.
Oh, well, I did not know that. So I have no information on the second one. But real quick, who is the number 2 teams that have had the most Sunday night football game appearances?
2 teams, Sunday night football appearances. Is there a specific timeline that we're looking at here, or just overall?
In the last 15 years.
I would say the Patriots and the Steelers.
No, that would be Dallas and the Packers.
Really? Wow, I was
Steelers
way off.
coming at number 3.
Oh, okay, I wasn't way off.
Patriots, Giants, and Eagles all kind of tie for the next spot.
Hey, I wasn't that bad. All right.
And the Ravens a whopping 16 to 20 times. I don't know which ones applies to them.
Okay. All right. So Eagles at Bucks.
Go Colts.
I'm really leaning here. The Bucks plus 5.5 at home. Eagles were lucky week 1 to beat the struggling Patriots. They had a hard time against a struggling Vikings team. Bucks defense is going to give Jalen Hurts some fits. Baker Mayfield's playing the best he's ever played in a long time. But again, they're playing the Eagles defense, which is insanely good. I would definitely go the under here. So I know this one's kind of a tough one, but here's a interesting little trend here. Teams are 12-6 against the spread after playing the Bears since the start of last season. That's the 3rd best record in the NFL.
That's awesome.
So it might sound like I'm reaching here, but I think the spread's a little high for the Eagles. So I think the Bucks will cover. I think it'll be 24-23 Eagles or something like that.
I mean, historically, the Eagles, or sorry, not the Eagles, historically undefeated teams on the road against home dogs are really only winning 1 out of 3. Like, for me, I really think there's a good play here with the Bucks if you're getting them for the plus 4.5. I mean, that's not bad. I think that's probably.
Well, I have them at plus 5.5. So you're taking an alternate spread?
It probably went up. That's what I'm saying. Like I did this research beforehand, so like the lines have changed since then. I did not look, but.
All right, now this last game, the one that you apparently did no research on.
What is it?
The Los Angeles Rams at the Cincinnati Bengals.
What's the line?
Cincinnati is -2, and Joe Burrow is not healthy, and the Rams gave the 49ers, one of the best teams, a run for their money. I really like the Rams here. I think they will repeat what they did to Burrow in the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald is going to, in the defensive line, is going to give whoever's back there a quarterback. Right now, it says the quarterback matchup is Matthew Stafford versus to be determined. So we don't even know if Burrow is playing or not.
That's what I was looking for. The backup QB's Brandon Allen.
Yeah, So the fact that Cincinnati's -2 right now only is because that Burrow might still play.
I mean, there's not much of a difference there.
No.
That's what I was looking into. I was like, well, maybe the backup can play football.
So
I would take shots here.
Exactly. So I would parlay because if I would take the Ravens on the money line, not getting much money, but if I put the Rams here and they're an underdog, that's my fun parlay of the week. I'd love to put the Rams and the Ravens. See the Ravens win and the Bengals lose. I mean, come on, that's a fun money line just for the emotion of it all. All right, those are the games. Before we log off here, as I mentioned, the surprise NFC South and the NFC East, the two best divisions in football right now. If you look at it, both divisions have 3 teams that are 2-0. There's only 2 teams in the AFC as a whole that are 2-0. Ryan, what are those 2 teams? Can you name them?
I'm sorry, what division did you say?
Just in general, I said there's only 2 teams in the AFC across all 4 divisions in the AFC that are 2-0. The NFC South and the NFC East both have both of their divisions are at least 3 teams with 2-0. They're 2-0.
Isn't you said the NFC or the AFC?
So the AFC only has 2 teams.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I'm probably confusing the whole audience here. So real quick, NFC South has 3 teams that are 2-0. NFC East has 3 teams that are 2-0. Those are the 2 best divisions in all of football. You look at the AFC only has 2 teams in general across the West, North, East, and South that are 2-0. What are those two teams? Do you know?
I mean, honestly, I had a lot
You
of
had to
it
guess.
written down right in front of me. Ravens, Dolphins. I
Oh, there
mean,
you go.
Cowboys.
Yep, the Ravens and the Dolphins. Those are the two.
49ers.
You got it. You don't need to keep going.
I'm gonna keep going.
for the comedic relief. Yeah,
I
so the
think it might
Ravens
have
and the
been
Dolphins are the only
Falcons.
2-0 teams in the
Falcons and Eagles.
AFC. It looks like the NFC so far is doing a lot better than the AFC, which is kind of surprising considering Bills, the Chiefs, the Bengals, Jaguars, the Chargers.
All
Teams are
public
supposed to be.
perception.
Yeah, well, all
What a
quarterback
bunch of
driven too.
nonsense.
Yep. The Sam Howell Commanders are 2-0.
Shit happens, man. They play the games.
The
We
Desmond
bet
Ritter
on them,
Falcons are
and then we
2-0.
make money.
Just the way we thought about it.
Yeah, Falcons are 2-0, man. Shit happens.
Yeah. Any parting words, or is that how you want to go out into the NFL Week 3?
I guess final words. We'll be releasing our final picks, at least Cush's Corner and what was Will's called? Do you remember?
Will's winners.
Will's winners. So Cush's Corner and Will's winners will probably be releasing picks all weekend on Twitter. Was it
And
at
Vincent's
Sports and
votes
Stuff?
at Sports and Stuff. Vince's votes will be on Instagram. Put it on my story at Sports and Stuff, same handle. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Be sure to like and share this with everybody. Let's go Ravens. Let's go Orioles. We will give you some MLB. That'll be a segue for a future episode. Some MLB talk as we're heading towards the playoffs here. MLB
Finally.
betting tips. There's your cliffhanger. Until next time.